Now I've covered my ideas for the game, and before we continue on to what I've made so far, let me address what I'm sure most of you have already commented.
An infection taking over a kingdom of bugs and a special hero is created to deal with the infection? This is just Hollow Knight!
So yeah, it turns out that by building a story around what I'm interested in and what fits the gameplay loop I'm going for, I sort of reverse engineered something really similar to Hollow Knight's plot. I'll have to work really hard to make sure I can clearly distinguish it, but I'm not too worried since this won't be a Metroidvania and the gameplay is going to be pretty vastly different. Now let's talk about the prototype that I made this month. My plan going forward is to work on the game the first 3 weeks of every month, and then get people to playtest the last week while I work on a video like this. Since I was on vacation for the first half of August, this initial demo is just the result of 1 week of development, so expect more from coming playtest months. That being said, I'm fairly proud of being able to get a playable demo out in just a week. The most important part of any 2D platformer is how it feels to control the player character. So before anything else, I wanted to get the movement feeling right, and that's what this week was about. Ultimately, the way you control your character informs things like abilities and level design, so it seemed like a sensible place to start. The first step was to make a character to control. I have a bad habit of diving really deep into the artwork before actually fleshing out the mechanical gameplay, so I forced myself this time to work with the most basic of sprites, the humble square. Isn't he so beautiful? Oh, I love you, my son. I'm gonna name you Gene. That's not going to get confusing, right? The second step was to add physics, so I made a ground, I slapped some gravity on my boy, and... No, my boy!
Father, help!
After making sure that Gene was playing nicely with the ground, I started work on the movement scripts. I